Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another album review. And this time it's Orphans of the Ash. And the album is called Ellipsis. Now some of you are going to think, oh, this is a band I've never heard of, or I don't know who they are, what it is. But it contains a musician that I've personally interviewed, and also that many of you, when I've talked about this guy's past and bands he's been with, has resulted in thousands and thousands of views. And it's Zal Cleminson, the guitarist that many of you know, some of the Sensational, Harvey band, Nazareth, and various other things as well. Check out the podcast I did with Zal. It covers his whole career, and Zal was really open and honest, and we covered lots and lots of ground. But this video is about this album, and this album is absolutely amazing. It is not what you expect. Now, take yourself back. Enter a time machine. Let's go back to the early 70s. Let's go back to before Harvey and a band from Scotland called Tear Gas. A really heavy band. I'm putting that as a reference point because this is a really heavy, brutal metal album. The guitar sound on here really is like 1,000 tanks coming at you. It's absolutely brutal. And I think that this is a guy who's heading towards his mid-70s, and most musicians, depending on whatever their background, are kind of dialing things down. But Zal's heart beats with the angst and drive that he had as a young guy. He's going full throttle on this. It really is. There's just two of them, okay? And here they are. Just look how cool do these guys look. This is Billy McGonigal and Zal Cleminson. It's just amazing music. Some of you are waiting for me to mention things so you can hang your coat on it, so you've got an idea what to expect. Here we go. Rammstein. Zakk Wylde, that kind of pinched harmonics and absolutely incredible riffage. Rob Zombie, yeah, even some Bowie in there. Shall we sprinkle a little bit of Sabbath on it in places? I think we should. The kind of 1973 Sabbath, I would say. But I absolutely love this album. Evolution Road. It's got a fairly acoustic start, and then literally this thunderous riffage comes in from Zal. An angry vocal. All the vocals are done by Zal. And there's a kind of a melancholy drive, Children of Men, if you know that film, that kind of end of days kind of feel, as if like everything that's going on in the world, all the darkness in the world when we turn on the news, is just being, it's affecting Zal more than us. His skin is porous and everything is just draining into him, and he's converting it into this stuff. Ratneck. I mean, what a riff! That song, that second one in Psychodrama. Production is 10/10. It's just massive. You can feel the as I say, the anger and it's not a downer album. It just makes me feel, it makes me feel up. It really lifts. It's not joyous in the sense of when I normally talk about joyous music, but it just makes you feel like everything's going to be fine, I guess. And where are we? Where am I now? Blind Machine, 5 minutes, 58 seconds. It's got a slow groove and an epic guitar sound, absolutely epic guitar sound. Starship Baby Boo, another great song. Again, it's kind of like this end of days feel to it. Last Train Home, is almost a traditional rock and roll thing. It's got a very kind of Iggy Pop and the Stooges, David Bowie. Imagine if Heroes had a bit of metal mixed into it. There's a link to that. Hammerhead, very heavy, very angry. Points of Wood, another heavy stomping track. 10 Years Screaming, great title. This is my favourite. It's just epic. Wonderful, open, heavy metal chords. One of my favourite tracks, but the best is the last one. Jour de Armageddon, 7 minutes and 59 seconds. This is I can't remember, so someone tell me, but there's a spoken voice that's obviously from a film. It could be from the film 1984. And it's a voice that talks about how we're all moving into almost like robotically being dragged into a world where everything's being controlled and everything, etc. And it's just got this monstrous bass riff that comes along with it. Fantastic riff, great chorus, fantastic guitar lines, wonderful guitar tone. Zal always had wonderful guitar lead lines, but it's the power, it's the chords, it's the riffs. This is why there's a bit of Zakk Wylde in this. It's just huge. It's just huge. If it left me with a melancholy kind of feel, it's not the music, it's the fact, the state of rock and roll and being a musician at the time of me doing this video. And the reason I'm saying that, okay, bear with me. Many of you, and I've seen you write on this channel, love Zal Cleminson's music, love the Alex Harvey band. I did a whole feature on Next. It's gone global. And the fans that we love that, and it's ingrained in our memories. But you have to remember that musicians, like Zal, are still doing it. He's still dialed up to 11. And I think it says it all I don't even know if this is available on CD. I know there was a few, but it's gone. This is on vinyl, and it's limited to 300 copies. That won't be because Zal thought, well, it's super rare. 300 copies, not 30,000 limited edition, 3,300. And I think all the CDs have sold out. And the thing is that a lot of fans, we look backwards and we need to also look forward to support the people that have been part of the soundtrack of our lives. This is a great album. And, and I think people have seen it on Zal's wall. Oh, when are you going to play live, Zal? Or, great, let us know what's going on. You know how hard it is to put on a live gig, when unless you're one of the A-list legacy bands or whatever. It's, you've got to book the venue, you've got to pay for that, the accommodation, PA, sound lights. And then a lot of these people on social media say, oh, yeah, I'll come along if you do a gig. They don't turn up because they don't go. It's so difficult. And making this album, making a vinyl album, only 300 copies, is costly. And musicians are doing this and they're having to do other things as well. And what I'm trying to say is that support this. I do my best to try and help support new bands as well, but I also want to support the people who've been part of my life. Listen to that podcast, and that tells you where Zal's coming from. But this is music for 2024, and it's going to be in my rock releases of 2024. A lot of work went into this. It's a polyline sleeve. It's a great pressing. I think what gets to me is the anger. I get even the bands that are heavy metal. Saxon, Judas Priest. Okay, they're out there and they're still able to support themselves because of where they are and how many units they sell. A lot of other bands are having to dial things down. This deserves to be heard. This deserves to be supported. I absolutely love it. And I think the fact he's made he has made the heaviest album of his career. It is modern. It is thunderous. It is metallic, and the guitar sound. I can just imagine, how he and Billy must have sat together and they, them sorting this all out and say, is this guitar sound okay? Absolutely incredible. So Orphans of the Ash is the name of the act. Ellipsis is the name of the album. Zal Cleminson is 50% of this band. And Billy McGonigal on guitar, bass, drums, programming is the other part, 50%. But together they sound like a band of 8 people just thundering along. I'll show you that picture again. I find it inspiring. I find it inspiring to think, you can fight against the raging of the dark and move into the light. This is a great album. I've waffled again, haven't I, a bit? But I just want to make sure that if you can stream this, go and stream it. Follow them on Facebook. Find them. Find their website. Reach out to them. Say, we want more copies. Get one. Find one. Support the band. Buy an album. There's probably none left now. I hope there are. I hope there's another 300. I hope there's 3,000 more. I hope there's a CD. Listen to it. If you're a fan of Zal Cleminson and Alex Harvey, Nazareth, and you're a fan of this man, go and buy this album. Go and listen to it. It's pretty awesome. Absolutely incredible. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Nazspinning Magazine, the website, the YouTube channel, Facebook page, group, Instagram, Twitter, X, Threads, LinkedIn, TikTok, wherever you are, so in Nazspinning Magazine. Become a patron, but keep spinning those discs. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Take care, and I shall see you all very, very soon.